chose Kaiser to work because when I was in residency at UC Irvine, we did work at the North Orange County Community Clinic, and my doctor mentor was Dr. Bigley, and he was heading up the new internal medicine department for Baldwin Park, and so he was kind of a key player in helping me make the decision of where to work. I started working in Kaiser in the fall of 1993, and initially there was 4 people in our internal medicine department. From there, we were at Montebello Clinic because this Baldwin Park facility wasn't ready for specialty and primary care clinics, and so we were in Montebello Kaiser Clinic for a year, and then we transitioned over to Baldwin Park. I think a fond memory that I have of working here is that I was able to get out of my comfort zone by chairing the Pharmacy and Therapeutics Committee. It's exposed me to a lot of different departments, their workflows, their policies, and I've been able to kind of have a hand in that, and as well as overseeing medication safety. I've had the pleasure of interacting with a lot of pharmacy personnel and nursing staff, so I think it's made my work environment just very pleasant. I would just like to thank all my colleagues, because I believe that this is my home away from home, my second family, and we've grown a lot together, and I think I've learned from a lot of people, and with everybody's help, we've been able to just render great care to my patients. And I've also learned a lot from my patients. I feel like what I'm going to miss most is just the day-to-day interactions with people, the friendships that I've built over the years, the connections. But I'm so excited to be spending more time with my kids and my family. So hopefully it'll be a good balance.
I went to medical school at UC San Francisco, and I graduated in 1988. After medical school, I went to residency at Kaiser Los Angeles from 1988 to 1994. So right after residency at LA Medical Center, I was actually hired to start at Baldwin Park, but Baldwin Park wasn't open yet, so I actually worked a year at the Los Angeles Medical Center, and then after that, I was asked to transfer over to Downey to help with the Baldwin Park patients until the medical center opened up there. And I worked there probably 3 or 4 years before Baldwin Park actually opened up, and then I came here in 1998. So when I came here in 1998, Kerry Lilasian made me chief of one. And so there was a recent graduate from the program at LA, Ramin Davidoff, so I asked him to join us, so he agreed. So right out of residency, he came here to Baldwin Park, and then there was a urologist, Lisa Stout, who was at Fontana, who wanted to transfer to Baldwin Park. So that was the beginning of our department. I think the most important change that I've seen in my career at Kaiser is that it's become more patient-centric. When I came here, it was a challenge. Many people didn't focus on the patient, but that changed throughout the years. And now I'm glad to see the changes where everyone is centered on the care of the patient. I want to thank everybody for all the support and friendship throughout the years of my career. I realized that if it wasn't for the support of staff, colleagues, and administration, that this place would not have been as enjoyable to work. And my request for everyone is that you continue to support each other and that you continue to develop the kinship that binds us all together.
The reason that I wanted to be a doctor is when I was little, everybody would run away from blood and guts, and I was that person who'd run towards it. I was fascinated with everything medical. Loved the medical shows like Medical Center, shows that probably none of the younger physicians have ever heard of. But that really was a motivation for me to want to go into medicine. I had finished my internal medicine internship at USC, and I transferred into Kaiser West LA's internal medicine residency. And in the second year while I was there, West LA and Sunset merged. So I ended up getting the opportunity to work at both West LA and Sunset. In my last year of my internal medicine residency, I interviewed in Panorama City and Baldwin Park to continue working in Kaiser. And after I met with John Bigley, who was the chief of internal medicine at that time, immediately I knew that I would be coming to Kaiser Baldwin Park. Even though it wasn't open as a hospital, I knew that was going to be the location where I wanted to be. I feel like I've had two different phases in my life of working with Kaiser. The first part of my career I want to call my reproductive years. That's when I worked with internal medicine, was pregnant and having kids, and the support that I got over the time of that was wonderful. After that time, I moved into my productive years, where I did employee health services, and I was very blessed to have the support of leaders like Dr. Poplawski and John Bigley, who had confidence and faith in me and really pushed me into doing a region position. And in the last 15 years, I've been doing region employee health services. And that's been amazing because I've had the opportunity to work with so many other people at the region level that as a physician, I thought I would never want to interact with, like HR, legal, compliance. But I've had a wonderful career of having the opportunity to do all of these different things. I want to share something. Over the years, I've only collected a few things because if not, my office would be overrun with things. But a couple of the things that I want to share with people. I have this peace rock, and this peace rock is very important to me because I want everybody to find inner peace. World peace would be nice, but at least when I look at it, it makes me realize that I want to have peace within myself and in others. The other thing that's vitally important to me is my laugh rock. And the reason my laugh rock is so important to me is because I appreciate everybody over the years who have laughed at my comments, my jokes, even no matter how inappropriate they've been. And I think that having a sense of humor and the ability to laugh is what's had me be happy, and I hope it's something that everybody else has too. So thank you all. I've been very blessed to work with everybody. I tell my adult kids to have no regrets in life, and whatever you pick to do, to be passionate about and try to make a positive difference. And I have been so happy in Kaiser. I have no regrets. It's been the best 26 years of my life. So thank you all for being a part of this journey.
When I started my medical career, I graduated from Egypt. At that time, my uncle lived in Detroit and he was a family physician. So I wanted to finish my training and do more advanced training. So for that reason, I immigrated to the US and I started my training in Chicago. I did 3 years of pediatric at Rush Medical School. After that, I did 2 years in San Antonio, Texas for allergy and immunology. Then I went back to private practice in Chicago for a year, and then I moved to Kaiser. I started in Fontana. The reason for me to move here is my brother lived in Long Beach at that time, and I decided to move to Southern California to be close to my brother. So there was availability of jobs. So my first interview was with Downey. At that time, I learned more about Kaiser, type of job you do, the type of benefits you have, the practice, what it looks like. So I was really impressed with that. So when an opening was available in Fontana, I applied and I was accepted for the job in Fontana in 1989. What I miss the most about working here is the people. Starting with the patients you care for, you meet some connection with some of those patients, and the colleague. It's always been great working with physicians at Kaiser. And then finally the staff. To me, the staff is like part of the family. I go every morning, I see them, we talk to each other, we have parties, we always share food. It was a joy to work with this group of staff. I would like to talk to my colleagues not to be worried about the future. Kaiser is a great organization. I know we all worry about changes. When I first joined Kaiser in Fontana, I remember the days where the appointment was just an appointment book, and if you have to make an appointment, they would write your name in a pencil. And then if you cancel that appointment, just erase your name. So things have changed a lot since then, and Kaiser survived. I remember the days when the budget would come in a packet once every 3 months. So we didn't know anything about our department budget for 3 months, and still Kaiser survived. So now with all this technology, I expect it's going to be a better, easier job, and Kaiser will be a great place to work. I'm looking forward to retirement because I've given a lot of time to Kaiser, and I'm interested to have some time for family, for myself. Looking forward to traveling, having the opportunity to travel for a long time, which I can do while working, to enjoy being closer to my children. Both of them are now married, and hopefully soon we'll have some grandchildren. I'll be able to see them more and enjoy their presence.